time for a recap. So we looked at our two types of sentences in Arabic. We looked at action sentences first and then is sentences. And then we talked about how to recognize our parts in each. So in action sentences, let's go part by part and you'll tell me how to recognize each part. So action. How do I recognize an action in an action sentence in Arabic?
The action is going to be the first word.
Yeah, so the action is always the first word. What about doers? How do I recognize a doer?
With the doer label.
So what are my doer labels?
Un, ani, una, atun.
Un, ani, una, atun, and they always appear at the beginning of a word?
The end of a word.
End of a word. So if you see one of these labels at the end of the word, you know that it's a doer. And why do we have 4 labels for one thing, one function?
For the number and sometimes gender of
right.
the doer.
Number, sometimes gender. Right, number, sometimes gender. So un was
standard,
right, which is different than singular. Ani was
pair,
so 2 of something. Una was
plural,
and atun was
feminine plural,
and sometimes
non-human and inanimate.
Yeah, non-human plurals, right? Sometimes non-human plurals. Okay, and then how did we recognize receivers?
The receiver label.
Receiver labels, which are?
An, ani, ina, atin.
An, ani, ina, atin. And then again, why do we have 4?
The number and the gender.
Right, number and gender. And same thing. Goes in the same order. An is?
Standard.
Standard. Ani is?
Pair.
Ina is?
Plural.
And then atin is?
Feminine plural or inanimate plural.
Good. And there's one more thing we said about receivers. When the receiver is a pronoun, how is it different?
So a pronoun does not have labels.
So then how do we know that it's a receiver?
By attaching, the pronoun will attach to the action.
Right, so any pronoun attached to an action is always a
receiver.
We clear on action sentences?
Yep.
Okay, so is sentences in Arabic. What was the key difference between is sentences in English and in Arabic?
The is invisible in Arabic.
Yeah, the is invisible in Arabic. There's no word for is in Arabic, so how do we find the is?
So if you have a specific word followed by a general word, there is going to be an is after the specific word.
Yeah, so if you see a specific word followed by a general word, you just slap an is in between them, and there's your is. Remind me what a specific word is again?
It's when you're talking about something specific or something in particular.
Yeah, so exactly what it sounds like, right? The specific word talks about something specific, and then a general word
talks about something general or generic.
Yep, exactly. So we clear on action sentences, clear on is sentences?
Uh-huh.
Ready to move on to the fragments?
Yes.
Awesome.